You say Max is probably the best driver currently.
Yeah, which I'll get slated for. There's just something about Max that he can do something with a car that I don't think anyone else can.
The last guest we had on the show was the team principal of Williams, so a really big name in Formula One. And now here's somebody who's a mediocre name in Formula One. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, Mr. Jenson Button.
Yeah, thank you very much.
How are you?
I'm really good. Really good. It's lovely to be here.
Good. It's nice to see you. It's nice to have you on. I'm going to get straight into this. You ready?
Go for it.
What are your memories of me?
Well, I know your memories of me. Not a lot.
Well, no, that's not true. That's not true.
I took you for a lap around Silverstone.
No, you didn't.
I was told I did.
Oh, no. It was Wembley. It was an event at Wembley.
I remember in the I can't see the car manufacturer.
And you were driving me around very fast.
And there was lots of scary pillars.
And you looked at me and you went, "This is my job."
Yeah, I remember now. Yes, good times.
We did a pub quiz together.
Yeah.
For the BBC.
Yeah.
You and Lewis, me and Dave from the old show, which Al Murray, the pub landlord, hosted.
Just a normal day in the life of Chris Moyles and Jenson Button.
I think Lewis was he playing the guitar?
He did play that. I think he played Wonderwall, and we all sang Wonderwall.
Yeah. Is he good at guitar?
It's the only song I know.
Is he a decent guitar player?
Not really.
No.
But
I think it's 3 chords.
Oh, is it one of those? Okay.
But the first time you probably won't remember, but I've got to bring it up. So I went to Silverstone for the Grand Prix 2009 and 2010, and I ended up on the grid, right? Now, Martin spoke to me on the grid walk. I don't remember. Right, I don't know how I don't remember this. I've got a really weird memory. But I remember they wheeled all the cars out onto the grid, right? And they're wheeling your car out. And these are engineers, I guess, that are wheeling the car out. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so exciting. And it's quite overwhelming. Obviously, you're in the car, but it's quite overwhelming to be on the grid before a race, especially at the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. And I think I was just a little bit away with the fairies with the whole thing. And one of the guys pushing the car suddenly looked up and went, "Oh my God, Chris Moyles, how you doing, mate?" And fist bumped to me. And I was like, "Yeah." And then you were sat in the car, and I'm like, he's getting excited about me. Jenson Button's in that car that he's pushing.
Look who's in there.
That's his every day, though.
I know, right? But still.
But isn't it nuts, the grid before a race? What other sport has 200 people on the grid?
Could you imagine being... Are you a football fan?
Yeah.
What team would you...
Arsenal.
Okay, so could you imagine at 2:45... being in the Arsenal home dressing room and just being allowed to stand there with loads of other people before they left to go out onto the...
It all being filmed as well.
Oh, yeah.
Live on television. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're right.
You have to run through 50 people to go for a pee.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
And you're trying to do your job.
Yeah,
yeah.
There's so much about the sport of Formula One that I think it baffles me. Like that, for a start, that's just crazy. It's just weird that people are allowed so close to the cars and the drivers. And then what is the gap from, right, everybody needs to get off now? It's like a couple of minutes, if that?
Yeah, it's not long. It's not long. And then the engines start up, lights go out and you're off. 200 miles an hour.
That's crazy.
And then it wasn't really that long ago, though there was no speed limit in the pit lane.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is it now, 50 miles
It was a little while ago.
I know.
Was it a while back?
It was before my time, and I'm old.
No, you're not that old.
So I think it was it late 80s, early 90s?
Right. Well, literally go any speed you wanted.
Yeah. They would fly in and out.
Surely an accident waiting to happen.
Oh, well, yeah, it was.
It was, yeah,
literally.
Yeah.
When you enter the pit, do you have a pit button on the steering wheel?
Yeah.
That just automatically...
Exactly. So you come in, you push the button, it gives you lights and the speed decreasing, and then when you hit the speed limit, it sticks.
So you don't need to worry about it?
No.
Okay, fine.
That's clever, isn't it?
Yeah. It might be even more clever now. That was a while ago. It's like 8 years ago I last drove an F1 car.
Do you miss it?
I don't.
You don't miss
Which
it at all?
is good. I think the first year after I retired from F1, I was like, this is awesome.
Right.
I can go and do my own thing.
Absolutely. Got your own time to, time
exactly.
And get drunk on a Friday.
Exactly. or a Saturday or a Sunday. but then after 6 months, I was like, kind of want to drive something.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
I drove lots of different things around the world, raced at Le Mans.
Yeah.
I raced at Le Mans this year, actually.
Yeah, you did.
For our race. So I've really enjoyed myself post F1. I've always thought of myself as a racing driver, not just an F1 driver.
Yeah.
So I did miss it a little bit, but now I'm like, you know what, this is great. I'm enjoying watching it. I love seeing the sport grow because it's a sport I've loved since I was 8.
Yeah.
And seeing people jump on board with this amazing sport is really cool, and it just keeps growing.
That's true.
James was saying when we were talking to him that, a good few years ago, Formula One looked like it could potentially be in trouble as a sport, and now it has just massively turned around. And I think part of that is the Drive to Survive thing, which has brought a new audience to it. Are you pleased that wasn't around when you were driving? Because I have a funny feeling a lot of people in F1 hate that show and love it at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, for the drivers, their profiles have obviously gone through the roof. So,
but also the team principals and a lot of other people as well behind the scenes, which I think is the beauty of it.
Yeah, I mean, you interviewed James Vowles. That wouldn't have happened 5 years ago with the team principal. So it has changed a lot. It has changed a lot. He's fantastic. Yeah. He was our strategist when I was racing in F1. He would choose what times we should pit, what tyres we should put on. And now he's running a team.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So it has come a long way. But to answer your question, I liked it when I was racing. I think every driver's going to say that, it was the best in my period. That's what old racing drivers say. But it was, we had V10s, V8s, and you kind of, you could do your own thing. Now, obviously, everything is under a microscope, which is good. I mean, it brings in a bigger audience, but a bit of both is nice.
From Formula One driver to presenter, there's a doddle in it.
It's less scary. Yeah. I don't wake up and think, I could crash and hurt myself. But no, there's still a lot of pressure. You get to interview some pretty amazing people. Do you not get nervous?
I get excited.
Adrenaline,
Yeah, and we're lucky. So I choose who comes on the show. So I if I don't want them, if I think, they could be moody and miserable, then I'll say no. So I get to choose. Do you know what I mean? I'm lucky in that regard.
And they're coming into your house.
Yeah, I mean, you slip through the net. I'll give you that.
He's so funny.
When are you going? So we didn't finish that. So do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy the presenting?
I do actually. I when I do present over a race weekend, I normally do the first 3 driver interviews at the end of the race.
Yeah.
So they get out of the car, they're all sweaty, haven't had a time to think, and then I throw a microphone in their face and ask them questions, which is the best time. I interviewed Lando Norris on his first win in Miami. I interviewed Charles Leclerc at his home Grand Prix in Monaco when he won that for the first time, and seeing the emotion, that brings it all back.
But as a fan of Formula One, it's great that you're doing that because you know what they're going through, you know what they're thinking. You can, you get a couple of minutes with each one, but you want somebody who knows their stuff doing that interview. And presenters can be fascinating oracles of Formula One, but you want someone who has sat in the car and driven at that speed and done it, interviewing the people afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I couldn't do like a Simon Lazenby job where he's got to control everything. I'm definitely a pundit. I know what I'm talking about, but I couldn't run a show like you guys. I don't get it.
But you could say, and it's like saying away we go. You could say that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's easy.
I always think that's a bit of a charm, a bit of a curse is, for like Crofty and a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I assume they're in a porter cabin studio somewhere on site. So they're there, but they're kind of not there.
Yeah.
And they're probably watching it on screens. They're there.
A lot of the time they can see the start.
Oh, they can?
Yeah, they can.
Right, okay.
They can, but it's not glamorous, no.
No. I would imagine it's an un-air-conditioned porter cabin. That's what I always think.
No, they have fans.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and lots of screens, but you can see the track. But at Crofty, I mean, he's a big personality.
He's brilliant.
Nobody can compete with that.
Yeah. We used to work with him back in the day.
Yeah.
David Croft.
Sorry.
I don't remember that either.
I'm sorry.
Jenson Button.
Hello.
And his awful perfect life.
I know.
Where did it all go wrong?
Where did it all go wrong?
I tell you what, though.
Yeah, go on.
Having kids is stressful, isn't it?
I don't know.
It's awful. I say awful. I'm a father of 3, Jenson, and a stepdad to another 3. So I've got 6 in my life.
Yeah.
And they cost a fortune.
Yeah, I mean, and everyone's like, oh, F1 must have been so stressful. It's like, no, that was easy.
Yeah.
You're so spoiled as a racing driver. And then you realise you grow up after leaving F1 and life's tough.
Have you grown up now?
Yeah, just about. Just about.
Getting there.
I left F1 and basically I think you leave F1 the age you arrive in F1.
Yeah.
Because you're so spoilt through your career, which you have to be because you need to focus on the most important thing, which is driving fast cars for a living. And then I met my missus and she's like, wow, you're young, aren't you? Even though I'm 10 years older than her. So I didn't know how to pay bills. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
But no, now I've got kids and it's the most stressful thing, but also the most amazing thing. You know what? People say, what's the best thing you've ever done in your life? Is it winning a world championship? It isn't. It's actually having kids. And I know that sounds weird. Because everyone can do that.
Yeah.
I'd rather win the championship. I think so, yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Not everyone's the
spraying
same.
each other with champagne and stuff. Get a big stupid trophy that doesn't fit anywhere.
Well, I guess I've done that, so I'm like, you know what?
Yeah. There's less nappies with the F1.
How many kids you got? 2?
2.
What ages would they be now?
They are 4 and 5.
Oh, wow.
I've got a daughter that's 4, Lenny, and a son that's 5, Hendrix.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lenny and Hendrix.
Yeah, nice.
Named after Lenny Henry and Jimi Hendrix.
Exactly.
It's lovely.
That's right. Big Lenny Henry fan.
What do you do with all those funny shaped trophies that you've won in your career?
You're right. A lot of them are really funny shaped.
And big.
Yeah. I only have 3 at home.
Okay.
One is the World Championship winning trophy, which isn't the real one because you can't keep the real one.
Stop.
They won't let you have it.
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Well, that gets passed to the current world champion, so it lived with Lewis for many years.
Right, yeah. which is not annoying at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, but where is he now? Oh, he's still doing it. He's doing all right, isn't he?
Yeah, Max has got it at the moment. I'm not sure he will at the end of the year. Talking about F1,
Yeah.
you excited for the weekend?
Yeah, very much so.
Who's going to win? This is the good thing. We're not sure, right?
I think it could be. I think it could be a McLaren win, and either or. I don't know. It could be either.
I'm going
or.
Oscar.
Are you?
That's what I'm going.
Yeah, it could be.
Don't worry, it's the British Grand Prix. Let's not back the British driver.
No. Absolutely. Listen, I'm all about the George and Lewis as well. Obviously.
Well, what about
there's a guy called Lando as well. He's racing for McLaren.
No, absolutely. Yeah, but I do think it'll be Oscar, Lando, and then George. That's right. So 2 out of 3. That's
good.
all right,
That's
isn't
good.
it?
But the weird thing is, British Grand Prix, even though Lewis,
Wish I said Lando first.
you need a good car, obviously in F1.
Yeah.
But Lewis just pulls it out at the British Grand Prix. I don't know how he does it. He just drives faster at the British Grand Prix.
Yeah.
So even if he hasn't got the best car, I still think he's got a chance here.
Yeah.
So you're saying Lewis?
Awesome.
Oh, you've been.
No, I think Lando.
You say Max is probably the best driver currently.
Yeah, which I'll get slated for.
No, but you said it a few times. Could you say who then is currently the second best driver in your opinion?
I think Lando and Oscar are both up there. You know, they're very different personalities. I think Lando can be his own worst enemy. Yeah. He's unbelievably quick, but if he makes a tiny mistake, I think he thinks about it too much.
Right.
Oscar is very level-headed. He just wants to go racing and he wants to drive fast, and he does it very well. And my comments about Max, I feel he's the most rounded F1 driver that there has ever been. You know, and I know he hasn't won the championships of Lewis, and you know, I obviously think Lewis is extremely, extremely good and one of the best in the world, but there's just something about Max that he can do something with a car that I don't think anyone else can.
I think Max gets accused of being, I think people who don't like Max, certainly a few years ago, were like, oh, he's cocky, he's arrogant, he's this, that and the other. But a lot of drivers are cocky and arrogant at the beginning. And because to be a really good Formula One driver, I think, as in winning, you need to have an element of being fearless. And I think history has shown as you get older, all of a sudden you start to go, hold on a second, I'm taking these corners a little bit fast, and you know, real life kicks in. And I think Lewis was cocky and arrogant, you know, not all the time, but certainly had elements of it back in the day, you know. maybe 1 or 2 races yourself was a little bit cocky and arrogant. But I think that comes as part of being a really, really good driver.
I wasn't obviously cocky and arrogant enough because I wasn't quite as good as Lewis. But no, Lewis isn't, I was teammates with him for 3 years, and the talent, the natural ability he has is unbelievable. He would struggle in practice, come to qualify, I'm like, right, I've got him. I'm going to have him. And it just, bang, put in a lap. It just came from nowhere. Yeah. And I don't know where it came from. So extreme talent. And obviously the career he's had, I'm not sure anyone's gonna beat that.
Yeah.
His records. But just thinking about this moment in time, I feel that Max is the one that can do more with a car than anyone else. And I agree, when you get older, you do start worrying about things.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hang on a second. What if I did go off here? What would happen if I hit the wall?
Well,
Whereas when you're young, you don't think about that.
And you're a dad now, so as well. So that's your priorities absolutely change. Alex Albon and Carlos Sainz this weekend.
I think they got a good chance. I mean, they had a really tough weekend in Austria.
Yeah.
This year's been mega for Williams. It really has. They've made a big step, which is nice. We all like seeing a British team do well.
Yeah.
And also, I know it's not a family-run team anymore, but it still has that family vibe. And I think with the leadership of James, it's made a big difference. It's really brought everyone together, and they're working as one, which is good.
He's only the 3rd team principal of Williams ever.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah. He was our strategist when I won the World Championship, and now he's running a team. He's an extreme individual, and I love his way of working. Yeah. He makes it easy for us all to understand how an F1 car works. He's very articulate, but he really brings in the fans to understand where Williams is, where we're going, and no, he's done a really good job so far. And where do I think they'll finish? I mean, it's difficult to say, but I think there's every chance they'll be fighting for sort of 6th place. Yeah, and then you never know then. If there's an incident or something, maybe it's a bit further up the grid. Maybe there's a podium in there.
Absolutely.
You're a senior advisor for Williams.
I'm an ambassador.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you not
downgraded?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Maybe they took your advice. No, you don't know what he's on about.
He's too
You want to
old.
slow down on them corners? They look a bit airy. I don't know about that. Right, here's the serious question, because the Formula One fans need some serious questions, and then we'll go a little bit lighter. How about this? How possible could a straight swap between George Russell and Max Verstappen be?
I mean, possible.
Because everyone's talking about Max maybe talking to Mercedes.
It's a tricky one for Max, because he's in a position where he's doing so well with Red Bull. They've given him so much over the years. They've designed this car around him, and he's extremely good at it. Nobody can match him in that car. They're so far off him. I mean, him qualifying 3rd or 4th and them qualifying 18th. If he goes to Mercedes, it's a different thing altogether. That car is not going to be designed around him. So is it going to work for him? I don't know. I mean, the best in the world should be able to make that work for him. It's a tough one on George, because George is at the top of his game. I think he's been so competitive. When you see what he did against Lewis the last few years, he is world championship material. So to replace Max with him, it just seems like a strange move. I know they've got the young Kimi Antonelli, who's 18, who could be a future star.
Oh, I think will be.
Yeah, but we still don't know that.
No.
Whereas George is there. He is good, and you need 2 very competitive drivers with this new era of the sport. Next year, obviously, lots of regulation changes, car change, engine change. So for me, George and Max would be a better lineup.
Could you see that working?
I would love to see it.
Oh, no, I would. I don't know. I was saying to James earlier, I don't like it when the 2 drivers are battling each other on the same team.
So you're not enjoying the McLaren fight, Lando?
No,
Oscar?
because I sit there. Bearing in mind, every single race I've ever watched, I am so tense watching. Like, it's lights out and away we go, because I'm just like. And some of and obviously with the technology now, with some of the cameras, when they put the cameras on the back and you see how close the cars go to each other, I was a bit, like looking away, looking through my hands. A couple of questions for you before we go, if that's all right, from one of our listeners. And we're just going to put the screen on, and here comes your question. Do you have any questions for Jenson or anything you'd like to pass on?
What was his favourite time? So he and I won our first World Championship together, first race together as well. What's his favourite memory of us and me in that period of time? So there you go, put him on the spot.
Oh, that's nice.
And then the second question for him is, what time did you finish celebrating after you won your championship in Brazil? And I know the answer to that, so I want to see how truthful he is.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get you to write down what the actual answer was.
Who's that guy?
So your team principal there at Williams there, James, what time did you get to bed?
I think he's wrong.
Go on.
I think he's wrong on this one. He's thinking another race, I think. Because after I won the World Championship in Brazil, I went celebrated with the team for half an hour, and I just wanted to be on my own. So I went back to the hotel room, just sat there with my thoughts for a couple of hours.
Did you really?
Yeah. It was a weird moment for me because that was my dream to win the World Championship. And then it's like, well, what do I do now?
Wow, yeah, the culmination of many years.
Yeah, the highs and the lows, and that was actually the moment when I decided to move to McLaren and be alongside Lewis, because that was the challenge.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So you don't remember him feeding him champagne for breakfast in the morning in the hotel?
It definitely has happened.
What's the race you think he's talking about?
I don't know. They all blur into one. It's normally that moment you've forgotten everything that happened. But that night wasn't the night.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Now we're going to have to get James back. So you say it wasn't the night. Okay,
No.
all
Right,
all
okay.
But it has happened.
So what you're saying is that the team principal of Williams was so out of his mind that night on the alcohol that
He thought it was me.
He's now thought it was you. He was looking in the mirror going, have more champagne.
Yeah.
He's like, no, yes you will.
Exactly. Be some footage of that somewhere.
Absolutely, yeah.
What would be a good race for me to go to in the F1 calendar where we could, you and I, because now you're not driving over the weekend because you're working, we're going to have a few sherbets.
Austin.
Okay, great. Oh, cool. Crikey, that's far. All right.
Well, it's not, is it? You just get on the plane and fall asleep.
Yeah, but I'm on the M Monday morning. I don't think I'll make it back in
You
time.
don't have to watch the race, do you? You can leave
You don't have to
Sunday.
watch the race.
When are you going to Silverstone?
In a couple of hours.
Are you there tonight?
Yeah.
Sam Fender tonight in the fan zone.
Yeah.
It's going to go off. It's going to be brilliant.
I'm actually filming at 6.
Yeah, I'd be late then.
Will it? Okay.
Yeah, I'd imagine you won't be
Yeah.
on till late-ish.
I didn't want to sleep anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm filming at 6 in the morning off for 6 tonight.
Tonight.
Oh, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that done. Hi, Jenson Button here. It's going to be a great weekend. Ooh, who knows what's going to happen? See you after the break. Right, we're done. Let's go. Something like that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, there you
Margaret,
go.
please.
Lovely to see you.
And you.
Always a pleasure. Come in anytime you like. Have a great weekend. And we will be watching the race on Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, Mr. Jenson Button.
Thank you very much.
There he is. Look at him. What a life. No kids this weekend. He's going to be on it like a rocket.
Radio X.